Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Bleep, deep, deep, doo, doo, doo. All right, I think the audio is working.
Oh, good.
Let me just grab. You sent me some photo references that I need to save, so
look at
I'm
that
grabbing those
beautiful
now.
burnt paper.
Save as. This one's from the Florida Museum. I'm just gonna make a folder for griffins.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Say we're coming through. We're coming trow loud and clear. That's
all
good.
right.
I like me trow.
We are coming trow loud and clear. Got a photo of a beautiful blue-footed booby here. It's a safe for work stream. It's a bird that we are speaking of. Cat, skunk. Excellent.
Okay, so the story behind this is that in Telegram we were all talking about griffins and missing animals and everything. And I think somebody, probably Roberter, because Roberter is actually doing a concept art project with griffins for a class, which is very interesting. And griffins are a definite passion of mine. So are birds, especially American birds. And so there's that Siamese cat. Yep, Siamese cat for reference. We're mixing that with a bluefoot booby for a griffin. And then we're also talking about the ivory-billed woodpecker, which is a possibly extinct bird. We can talk about that more. Mixing it with a skunk as the back. And the reason the skunk is because of the stripes on the back match the stripes on the ivory-bill. Now, the story about the ivory-bill here, it's a Florida museum because those are taxidermied birds. The ivory-billed woodpecker was declared extinct in 1944 before color photography really got going. So I had the option of pulling up somebody's artwork, which would have been like an Audubon. Usually the Audubon painting is really well known. But when we cook up like animal stuff, we like photos and not people's artwork, because that's just how we roll. And so these are the photos I got Dave to figure out the coloration, because I really couldn't remember a blue-footed baby's wing color off the bat.
Well, I know what color the feet are offhand.
Oh, good job.
They make it easy with the name. All right. They're not extinct, though. I saw one.
Okay. So actually, the reason I say mostly extinct about the ivory-billed woodpecker is that they were declared extinct in 1944. And then I think it was around 2014, somebody declared that they saw and heard one in Arkansas. And they possibly had like some very vague footage or like a recording of one. And that just like flipped everyone's shit with like the colleges, and all the birders were like, we got to go to Arkansas and find this guy. There was a $1 million reward for any evidence of this bird.
$1 million reward, dead or alive? No, only alive. Only alive.
Well, I mean, they wanted it alive, but they were desperate for this bird.
Yeah.
And so everybody was looking for this bird in Arkansas around 2014 to 2016. And so they came to the conclusion, well, we can't find the bird, but we conclude that it probably definitely was an ivory-billed woodpecker. And what that did was it actually kind of opened up the declaration that we can't call the ivory-billed woodpecker extinct because maybe there's one out there. And in addition, now everybody keeps claiming they see it just to keep the whole legend going. And technically there's another species of woodpecker in Cuba that looks a lot like them, but I think those were also declared extinct too.
But ivory-billed woodpeckers are 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
9 feet wide.
Actually, no, I mean.
And they can swear.
Ridiculous stuff. Yeah, they talk back to you. They have a college degree.
I saw one the other day. He said he was going to cut me, and I believed him.
With his beak. No, people, there's actually a documentary of somebody claiming, oh yeah, I saw one yesterday. So all of the people in that town are just trying to keep it going for the tourism. Because I guess it really brought the town kind of back to life as far as like just dying. But it's not happening, people. It's a bird. It's not going to happen. They were expecting pen and paper here. Are you experimenting? Well, he's going to do this in pen and paper, but I thought we could get more color. Being bluefoot booby and then the red of the male ivory-bill.
I was expecting pen and paper too, but then Liz was like, do it digitally, and I was like, okay.
Well, yeah, what are you doing now?
I'm just doodling to get like kind of accustomed to tablet drawing again.
Oh, okay. I just thought like kind of chat and sketch.
I
would
do
be
like
good.
chat and sketches. Is
It started with the cat face. No, I don't know what he's doing. He's loose.
yeah.
Yep.
I told you I'm just
When
I'm just
you
having
draw-
fun, just warming up.
I love to have fun.
What?
Like, oh, business.
Did you just say I'm not allowed to have fun? Because you know immediately what I'll do if you say I'm not allowed to do a thing.
You'll have fun.
Yeah, instantly that's what I'll be having. Before you can blink, David's having fun. Oh no, look out.
But anyway, when you draw, it's good to do warm sketches of random stuff, which he's doing right now to try to refamiliarize himself with the tablet.
It's okay, me and the tablet can get along. You're okay, tablet. You're cool.
Twitch is having trouble loading, by the way. I don't know why.
Is Twitch having... Like, is it having trouble loading just, like, on the little, like, laptop that you use? Or is it, like, actually the whole website?
I can't tell. It's twitching. It's twitching.
Be careful what you
It's
name
just
yourself.
Not loading at all now. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Yeah. If you name yourself something like a disease or, I don't know, like, problem. Technical problem.
Bad
You know,
drawer
chances are
95. It's like, well, now people are going to think there's 95 of you.
Oh, okay. Twitch is kind of loading your thing, but nobody looks at Twitch. It's fine. So, generally speaking, griffins are mythological animals that go back to Greek and Mesopotamian time. But later on, the Christians actually... Oh, what are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I
Okay,
doing?
fine.
I thought we
just do that,
established I'm
alright.
doing whatever I want.
You sure are. Okay. The Christians declared that griffins were symbols of Christ because the Christians thought that was everywhere. And they decided that because eagles are lord of the air and lions are lord of the land, that is therefore Jesus. And that's why the griffin shows up in a lot of like kind of like British medieval tapestry stuff, as they basically claimed it as their own, which is fine. Because that meant we got griffins out there and sculptures and stuff. That's
Yeah.
lovely, Dave.
I just sort of think the more griffins, the better. It's a very very fun fantasy creature.
It is. And then, let's see, they show up, one of them shows up in Alice in Wonderland. That's a really beautiful kind of a woodcut ink look. The sleeping griffin is one of my favorites. For some reason, people put dog ears on them, which is, I love the pointy ears on them. That really makes griffins for me.
I don't even know what kind of ears I'm going to put on these. I'm going to look at the ref creatures. It'll be cool if I can get the animals, like, sort of mixed in there to the point where people that are familiar with the animals would actually recognize them. I think that's kind of the goal.
Well, again, that's why I wanted you to do digital, because you can get the color on there with the birds and then the Siamese, like the shading.
The color will be a big difference, especially on the ivory bills. It's like a huge
Exactly,
part
you
of
need that.
recognizing the ivory bills.
You need that. Yeah, hey, note, Griffin is spelled with an I-N at the end, but also an O-N. You can do G-R-Y-P-H-O-N. I've seen some E-Ns. Griffin is very diverse, which is why when you want to Google it, it's impossible to get what you want. You get something, but you're never going to get all the Griffin pictures or statues on like eBay unless you know all the spellings of Griffin. And then sometimes people claim that dragons are griffins and griffins are dragons, depending on how well they know their fantasy.
Whoa, who's claiming griffins and dragons are the same thing? They're like mortal enemies. They're definitely not the same thing.
The people who sell sculptures on eBay call them dragons because they have no idea what they're doing.
Who has a griffin sculpture and they're like, this is a beautiful dragon? No, it's not. Get out of the sculpture having business, you heathen.
It means less people know what it is, and that's when I swoop in and grab them.
Ah, so you're looking for like incorrectly labeled griffins.
I do that actually. You know what I do. Okay, so EMV is saying give them jackal ears. That look cool. Now I'm saying, let's see. We're talking about ivory bill with the skunks. Skunks have very very round ears, But the ivory bill has that swoop off the back, so that says pointy ears to me.
Do skunks have
What do
very
you wanna do
round
about
ears?
that?
Reference will be the one to decide that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, as I noted, when we're designing an animal based on real like okay, when we do dream keepers, we don't really need photo reference or like for anything, generally speaking, and we don't look at other people's art. We just kind of think about imagination, what we remember things looking like.
Well, sometimes I use photo
Occasionally,
reference. Like,
do you?
yeah, like when I was drawing the interior of that factory that we have Ravat's loft within. I was sort of like, I don't know what kind of stuff is in a lot of mines, and I don't really know exactly how block and tackle works and winches and levers. So I just, I googled around and I was looking for some mining equipment, and there's like ore crushers and things that are like you actually wheel in and they can like brace different cavities and help hold the roof up. So I didn't like obviously I didn't like draw one to one like I'm drawing that real device into the dream world, but it was still good to get like just a mechanical like references that I could look at that would sort of help me like kind of like sketch in details that just felt a little more right for the setting.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you don't have a photo reference of mace or starfall trees.
Oh, I do
or
have a photo
snow
reference of
beetle.
Mace. I found him one day, and I was like, "Perfect. Hold on, please wait. I need to get some photos." I was gonna try to figure out how to draw you for a career, but if I could just get some photos, please, that would help me out a lot. So I had him like do all kinds of goofy photos all day.
Okay. Oh, Mamo has some stuff to show. He's asking if I've seen the Bug Life movie. I have.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. I kind of wanted to watch that
It's,
again lately. I haven't seen it since like
Really?
pre-college, I think.
Oh, that's when it came out. He's so old. We're so old. It was a lot better than Ants. Ants just didn't hold off bugs.
Well, that's back
They
when
kind of buried Bug Life.
that was back during that stretch of time when every time Disney would do a movie, DreamWorks would immediately try to copy the overall theme. Disney would be like, "We're doing a movie in the jungle," and DreamWorks was like, "So are we? We're also doing a movie." And Disney was like, "All right, well, we're doing a movie about fish under the sea." Well, oh, so are we. What a coincidence. We're also doing an under the sea fish movie. And bugs? Actually, well, we were doing one about ants. We're ants in yours? Oh, what a coincidence. There's
Coincidence. The coincidence.
yeah, well, like, how
Okay.
long were they doing that for?
Yeah.
I feel like they were like stuck in this plagiarism cycle until finally they threw Jack Black inside of a panda and got their own thing going. And then they kind of started being
Thank
creative.
God.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, finally. Alright, how Emo, Isekai, and Harmony into one. Harmony's eyes actually they do kind of look like a Bug's Life thing going on. Let's
Oh.
take a look at it.
Let me check that out and we can all look at it.
We will check it out. Oh my gosh.
Oh, cool.
That's like the Bug's Life style.
Oh, that's neat. Let me pull it up on stream so everyone can see it.
There's a lot of them. That's
That's-
creepy cool.
No, that's a Word document. That's not the stream.
What did you do?
I'm pressing the wrong buttons over here.
You sure are.
Pressing the wrong buttons. I've got too many media sources in here. I need to clean this OBS scene. Browser. There we go. Properties. Pick the right one. Bam. There we
What
go.
You did you knocked off?
That is really cool. If anyone's not familiar, Harmony is a character from Prelude. She's a little dreamkeeper with extra arms and wings. She's the one on the right, and that's really cute. Thank you, Mamo.
Yeah, ours is actually designed to be a flower mantis, but she looks really good in this style.
Yeah. Well, flower mantids are just
I
like
don't have to-
crazy looking anyway. Like the actual like toothpaste pastel, like that's actually like the flower mantis colors. So it was really easy just to
That's real.
yeah.
I had a flower mantis I named Crest because that thing looked like a little thing of toothpaste. It was really cool.
Oh, she's
Back
gonna
in
fight the
college.
grasshopper. It's big, Harmony. Look out. Cowering behind the ant. These are cool. Thanks for sharing. Du-du-du-dun.
All right.
Ta-da!
So anyway, what are we doing now? What are you up to?
Now I am
Oh, you're doing that.
picking which creatures to mix and match. You want to start with the blue-footed booby base or the ivory-billed woodpecker base?
I'm all about the ivory bill. That's actually my favorite bird. And a part of it is because it was the largest woodpecker, and they look fucking nuts. If you've ever seen the existing photos of them, they don't look real. They look like
Well,
Muppets. They look
apparently
like
they don't
puppets.
just look nuts. From one story I heard about like a hunter or a trapper that like, oh bang, I got one, and then like he took it into his little hotel room and he was like, yes, I caught one of these birds. Well, not caught, killed. Isn't that great? And then he went out, did some stuff, came back a few hours later, and turns out the ivory-billed woodpecker was either not dead or it was a zombie, and it effectively just demolished his room out of pure spite, and then proceeded to like physically attack him. And they are big. They're like way bigger than normal woodpeckers, so that's part of their appeal. Gigantism.
Yep, and they were giant. They were completely insane. Apparently, they weren't really afraid of people. Good job, birds. But the reason they actually became extinct is because of it was destroying the forest. They were lower North America, you know, like kind of in the Florida area, and it was destroying their habitat that really got rid of them. But they were nutty.
I like combining it with like sort of like a skunky body too, just for some variation.
They have other names, or they had other names. That's the thing, is you can't call them extinct because there could be one out there. But they were called the Lord God bird because they would fly around and you'd look up and be like, Lord God bird.
The Lord God bird.
If,
Ah!
Lord God bird. Yeah, oh dear God. Yeah, if you look them up online, you will often see a different bird that they're mixed up with. The pileated woodpecker is the same shape, but the coloring is different. The pileated woodpecker is still around, and that has more stripes on the black and the white and red. But I just have a thing for like extinct species. There's a story about how they got there. Like that, the ivory-billed woodpecker and the Carolina parakeet for me are the two in America that are just like, oof, I wish I could have one of those.
I feel bad about that because the Carolina parakeets look like conures, so I'm immediately sympathetic towards them.
They were the only conure native to America, apparently, and we cleared that one out too. Which is too bad. So they're so cute and they're so pretty. They looked like they're what was it? They looked like lovebirds, really. Those were gorgeous. Generally, when designing an animal, I don't know what Dave is up to here, but generally I like to do a side view of an animal just to like get the general boring, like left to right, here's what it looks like, and then strike a pose. But Dave's just doing a one-off here.
I think the key identifying thing is going to be like the black and white on the body matches perfectly with sort of like the skunky feel. But the other thing I'm trying to grab from the skunk is they have this sort of like hunched posture where the back of them seems to like just rise up higher than the front of them. So I'm trying to sort of exaggerate that posture a little bit on this guy.
Okay, I'm gonna catch you here because I know what you're doing, and I knew you'd do it. Woodpecker feet are an X, so it's 2 toes in the front, 2 toes in the back, and they're gray. So I don't know.
Oh, an X. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah,
cooler.
it's an X. Yeah. We actually had a woodpecker stop by today, and it wasn't a pileated or an ivy bill, honestly, or obviously, but he was oh gosh, you can hear that woodpecker, and he dive bombs all the birds out of the bird feeder.
Stopped by. He stopped by sort of the way the Nazis stopped by France in World War II. There were some nuthatches in the bird feeder, and he was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start from across the street and fly full speed into you little shits and then scream in your ear as you explode out in debris. This is my bird feeder forever. Never return.
Well, the woodpecker here, he has fought the doves too. He has destroyed everybody to get in there and just eat corn or something.
He's large and in charge, and he's not here to share.
Yeah, this is okay. So they're asking what we're looking at. This is a woodpecker skunk griffin. We're gonna need a name for this. Okay. Also, hey, I'm gonna note, Dave. It is a griffin if you put wings on it, but it is more of a pterogryph if it doesn't have wings.
Oh yeah, I forgot griffins had wings.
Yeah.
He does need wings, I think.
Covers up the cool body, but you know. Pterogryphs, they do that in, there's some sort of Warhammer something where they do pterogryphs. Yeah, he does look like a huge roadrunner. I like how you're bringing the body like further down. Traditionally, griffins are eagle with lion, but we're being a little fun today.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do something just like a little bit of a different direction for this guy, because the ivory bills seem kind of they're not like I'm a big. Well, my take is they're not like big noble. I'm high above. They seem more like I don't know, back alley street fighters. Like they're just they're kind of crazy, kind of unpredictable, and you better watch out. And then
Yeah,
combine
the
that with a
coloring looks like
skunk,
you
and the
better
skunk
watch
is like
out.
sort of hulked over and scrunched down, and it's running around, like literally scavenging things. So
Like you'd find this in your trash.
yes, you would find this in your trash, and if you did, you'd probably need to run because otherwise you're going to have stitches, and you'll be smelling like hell. You'll be smelling like a
Oh, I
swamp
love him.
assaulted you.
Now, apparently, I learned this recently. Woodpeckers actually have a long barbed tongue that they use to get the bugs out. Like they use the beak to peck through the wood, and then go in there with the this long barbed tongue like shoots out. And apparently, they actually use those to fight.
Yeah, see, so that's not what I would call noble. it's it's more of like a
Nope.
nightmare scenario creature.
Yeah, see, I love your wings on this. I hate how it covers up the body, you know, but that's what they gotta do.
Well, I think the thing is
That's why,
you can get the sense of the body hunch even despite the fact that the wings are over top of it. I think, and I think it's because the
okay,
initial posing is like exaggerated with like the back end of the spine up a lot so much higher.
I love how the size of him, it's like you always think of a griffin large, you know, probably 4 feet taller at the shoulder. This looks like a little guy. You could have this as like a pet. Maybe. Or not.
I got to give him that like forked tongue though. That's just like perfect nightmare fuel.
I don't know about forked, but it's barbed.
Yeah, or I'm sorry, barbed.
Yeah. And they got these yellow eyes that are just like psycho shit.
Yellow eyes. God help me, he had yellow eyes. Yeah,
Here's
you're
some
right. I kind
transparent
of want to get
wings.
the
Not, yeah.
I kind of want to get the colors on this loosely because it's going to make a big difference. You're right, it's going to make a big difference in the design.
I told you. Alright, so yeah, the tongue wraps around the skull inside of him, actually. It's like a measuring tape. It shoots out.
Anytime something's like, "Oh, I'm going to get in a fight," and then it just like it comes at you with a barbed tongue, that's something you don't want to mess with in my book. That's like, "Okay, you and your barbed tongue, we're not going to mess with you. Just please
Yeah.
slowly back away."
They're not magic wings, Willie. It's just the way we draw. It's Dave forgot them, and we're overlapping, so you can see the cool design, but the wings are still there. I'm sure if he colored it in, it would cover up the cool body.
Not sure if I can get the
Beautiful. I
eyes
love
as
your tail.
crazy as they genuinely are, but I'll try.
Well, actually, I showed you a taxidermy picture. Those are fake eyes. That's not, you know. I actually have a whole. The reason I know so much about the Bill is because there's an entire book on it called "The Race to Save the Lord God Bird," which has everything you could like. Every photo that was ever taken of this bird is in that book. Excellent, and it even highlights that 2014-2016 search for the revival of the animal. And Dave, if you want, I can go get my book. But typically speaking, just some sort of crazy Google eye of psycho will work on this bird.
Yeah, I'm noticing like one thing that this bird and the blue-footed booby are gonna have in common is the psycho stare. They both have like the psycho stare going for them.
I love the psycho stare on a griffin. I'm all about, like, Dave knows this. Like, for me, griffins look like they're enraged and angry at stuff. Same with unicorns. I love an angry unicorn that is just pissed at the world. None of this like relaxed, dainty stuff for me. Like we need these animals to be enraged.
Oh, I'm so
With a lot of
dainty. I'm
personality.
so noble.
Oh, there is the virgin. I lay down with. Nope, that unicorn has a horn. It's gonna kill.
Is it time for me to grant you a wish?
Oh, please.
Well, I hope you wish to see the afterlife.
Yeah. No offense, Dave. I think you need to work on your unicorns. I want to train you to get some really good goth. You get a little too bland there.
Yeah. I need more remedial unicorn training. It's very important. There is a
But
cool
would be
unicorn. I
yelling
told
at
you. I
not
told you
writing
the
it.
other day. There's a really cool unicorn in the Jim Butcher, Harry Dresden Files
Yeah.
series.
Yeah. Okay, let me look at that guy. Oh, I love that face. I love your. You got the psycho eye, correct?
Yeah, I gotta get the psycho eye.
I don't know why they named the blue-footed booby a booby, but there are actually a lot of birds like the titwillow. The titwillow, yeah. The titwillow, booby, and like, I mean, another name for the woodpecker is like a cock something. They're probably gonna censor me on the stream, but you know, those are the birds. There was actually a movement during the woke agenda, if I can say that, where people were trying to rename all these birds to be less offensive in name. They were, no joke. And then
You
the way they
can't
were
call
trying to
that bird a
rename the-
robin. That implies they all steal. No, it actually doesn't. Please calm down, and find a real problem to fix in your life. If this is the biggest problem you can find, the name of birds that have been called what they are for
Oh well,
ever.
Dave, the solution to fixing the awkward names of some of these birds is to name them after yourself.
Oh wow, what a coincidence.
Hmm. Oh, you have nice thinking on that. I'm really impressed you spent that much time. That looks great.
Well, I would
Yeah,
not
if you
say
wanna
this
make
is
this
like
guy
this
look-
isn't like tight inking, but I want it to be like a little bit. I don't know. I just want it to be like tighter than the rough pencils at least.
No, that looks great. That's more effort than you spent. You should make him have this like stupid smug face on the beak. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I
That looks
don't-
Like he is. Yeah, he's like that is the face of something that is going through your garbage.
This is the face of something where before you even begin, you already know the negotiations have failed.
No, thank you. That is exactly what I love about that bird. Is that thing? Like, again, all the photos of these birds are black and white from prior to 1944. You know, when they had cameras, and these birds don't look real. They look like puppets. They honestly look like a Jim Henson puppet. They're not real.
See, if we bring back any extinct animals, we should start with the recently extinct, because it seems like it'd be a little bit of an easier thing. We need to get ivory-billed woodpeckers back. Big ones.
Giant rideable woodpeckers.
Yeah.
What are we feeding them? What are we feeding them?
I don't know. Convicts.
Okay. Actually, that would be great. If this was, it doesn't look like a big species that you've designed here, but if you could ride this, you would ride it into battle. It just like peck at the enemies. It just like stab and stab and stab. You should draw blood on its beak.
Well, no, it's gonna come at you with its tongue coming out like, and that's gonna be terrifying enough.
No, it pecks you to death, and then it pulls the organs and the blood out with its barbed tongue,
Yeah.
as it should. I'd like to see this guy in armor too. Rob Ritter actually had some artwork or something of griffins in armor.
Oh,
But
cool.
it's for a video game, and they put all the armor on the front of the griffin, which is like, yeah, if it's diving, I guess you can do that. But frankly, if something comes from the flank realistically, not in the game, but realistically, you need armor on those the back legs. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I haven't actually thought about the logistics of griffin-based combat, so it would really depend on, because especially if presumably one of their features would be high mobility, so you don't want to compromise their mobility too much and weigh them down with too much armor.
No.
It's not, like horses are one thing, because even a horse is not trying to fly, but even then, weight is a consideration.
Well, there is the off griffin. It's hippogriff, which appears in Harry Potter, so everybody knows it from that. But that's the eagle horse version, and those actually are more of a Greek mythology again. Jeez, look at that thing. It looks like it would trot. Skunks kind of waddle. And as I noted earlier to everybody, the griffin is normally an eagle. Normally they go with the golden eagle, which is an American bird, but for the pure brown. But I've also seen people do the bald eagle as the front. And then when you do a griffin, traditionally you just split it like 50-50, and then there's just this like cut where it goes from like feather to lion with no crossover. But today, we kind of decided if we can kind of blend them a little more to one animal, that would kind of look better. Which I think is where the skunk came up as a stripe on the back there. Because we could just like slice it, and I thought actually with the black and white maybe a snow leopard would work or a black panther. But that stripe was just really irresistible. So we went a little wacky and off, cat and into skunk, which is a cool idea. I like the idea of like blending animals like that anyway.
You're gonna take that out of context and be like, she blends animals. Get her. Be calling animal control. She's got an animal blender.
Yeah.
I swear to God, she throws them right into the wood chipper.
And I will say, come in with a warrant just to make them work. You can use me. Please. Entertain me.
Then that dash back, it's like, Liz, we gotta hide the wood chipper. They know. All our cool animal hybrid projects, it's like, so far all we've gotten is a red mist, but if we keep it up, I know we're gonna get something cool out of there one of these days.
We're building dreamkeepers with the wood chipper. We're just throwing animals in and see what comes out.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
gel again. Well, never know. Thomas Edison didn't give up after the first 30 light bulbs were failed, so...
Notice how birds and woodpeckers, or one of them, have the scaly feet there, whereas owls actually have fur, or not fur, but like the feathers on covering the feet.
That's because owls are made to be hugged, and as soon as my owl trap is a success, that's what I'll be doing.
What? Okay. Okay. Happy Guy wants to say, I have a feeling that will be part in the comic where little Nama don't lick the frogs. That's if Nama's allowed to lick frogs and sees a frog. I don't know. And then she tells the frogs don't lick Nama. It's gonna look weird with more detail. It gets, oh, hell yeah. I mean, that face still sells it for me, Dave.
Yeah, I think it's
That's great. That's what I love about them. They just look so insane.
Yeah, see, there's not even any creativity in this face. I'm just like, do they look? Oh, they look like insane. Okay, insanity transcribed. And then you just draw that. I don't know. It is true though. Like the more you get into like reality, like actual real animals, there's so much like bizarre geographical, like formations and minerals and plants, and like reality is just crazy. It's off the chain. Even in terms of like history and story stuff and military history, there's just so much crazy inspiration. That's why, like, obviously I'm not saying like never ever watch a movie and feel inspired. Like, no, that's fine. But if you're consciously trying to like manage what inspires you and how you get inspired, I would say you definitely want to try to put some stuff in there that's just like straight from history, the natural world, like actual get even just going out and getting some experiences under your belt, going for like a walk and in the forest and just trying to observe as much as you can. That kind of stuff will sort of like give you ingredients that will serve you well, because otherwise a lot of times what I see, especially in like millennial, the curse of quote unquote millennial writing, and I think part of the reason that exists is because so much of our generation, I guess I would say, of creators, like they grew up on a lot of like stuff that they really like, but then they're effectively just sort of inspired only by a subset of entertainment, which they then sort of just endlessly riff on and regurgitate and like recycle. And you can only a dog can only eat its own vomit so many times. At some point you need to get something new into the system
as kindly as possible. A dog can only, yeah, that's not a very good review for art, Dave. Don't say that to people. A dog, can you imagine a teacher's like critique in art school is like, well, a dog can only eat its own vomit so many times. Try drawing something else. Oh, that's hard. All right. EFE says a cockatrice is the mythical creature that we're thinking of. I believe that is the rooster or chicken with some reptile, like I think it's like dragon wings and then the snake tail. Maybe I made one out of clay a long time ago, but it's so that's a little more of a mixing a chicken with some reptile. I think that the myth was that it would either turn you to stone and kill you on sight. I forget which.
There's a lot of stuff that turns into
Rooster
stone.
lizard, yeah.
Basilisks, Meduses. Medusa. What's the plural for Medusas? Medusae?
Well, there was only one Medusa. There was one Medusa, so Mrs. Medusa. I don't know. What's her last name? What's Medusa's last name?
Ms. Medusa.
Sure she
Is
has a
Medusa
sister.
her last name? Ms. Medusa.
Medusae.
Ms. Medusa.
Ms. Medusa. Yeah, half chicken, half dragon. It turns people to stone. If you look at its eyes. That sounds like a nice pet. The basilisk was actually there is a real. Oh yeah, they're called Gorgons. Thank you, EMV. EMV remembers. EMV has played lots of Heroes of Might and Magic 3, so remembers what the Gorgons and the Medusas look like.
The Medusas and the Gorgons. Sometimes they get along, sometimes they fight. Alright, I think the reference folder has done its task.
Ah, we're getting technical now. Oh, Medusa was her name, not her species. Oh, he played God of War. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad you did the neck of this animal. That's why I had to get you the references, and you couldn't just, to make the pun wing it, because that animal's neck is just like crazy time here.
Well, its neck looks like it's sort of like it's designed to be a jackhammer or something.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It just sort of adds to the menace of these things where it's like, if this is like I feel like I'm looking at a sentient ice pick on a turret that could just like hit me really, really hard if it wanted to, and it probably wants to, based on how it looks.
The snake neck going off like that, yeah.
It's the literal embodiment
Look,
of like, oh, when you have a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. Well, to this thing, everything looks like a thing that needs holes in it.
this animal, yeah, that's because this animal looks like it just puts holes in everything. Just like it's like woodpecker, like just at ground level, just like putting holes in the side of your house.
It's like my face is a short-range machine gun.
You know, it's terrible. I kind of want one of these in the dream world. Now that you've drawn it for the lore book, I kind of want this. But the problem is that we already
Well, we have a
already
lot
kinda...
of a lot of creatures in there, and there will be a lot more creatures. So, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Are you making the back legs bird too? Because you can do that, but traditionally griffins are split or 50-50.
I'm making it sort of like it's
want.
mostly skunkish, but you could have it be a little bit feathery too, kind of hitting that borderline between fur and feather where they sort of start to look similar.
You know what? As long as it's like a four-legged mammal mixed with a bird, it's basically some sort of griffin. It doesn't really matter. And the wings make it official. You can do whatever the hell you want. That face. I just love what you did there. Oh, hey, note, by the way, as I've told Dave about this, and he's been doing this his entire life, he always puts feathers to a point. Igrath has that. You can see on these wings, the feathers are coming to a point. And I have to say, as I've said to him, feathers are more rounded on it, sir. You always make these look like they're like going to kill someone. It's serious like war business with these feathers.
What can I say? These feathers look sharp to me.
And you always draw them like they're like sword blades. That's my point. There's a race of dragon cats. Why not diverse assortment of griffins? But we have the pointer, which is that is purposely a heron, like a great blue heron mixed with I think it's a hound dog or something of some sort.
Yeah, but they're also blind.
Yeah, and no wings, so we weren't getting full griffin.
I think the intent with
really
like
close.
Dreamkeeper's creatures was I want to have a lot of variety of really cool stuff, and I'm perfectly happy having things that are very, very reminiscent of mythological creatures and real creatures. But I didn't want anything that was just like straight up, oh, you know how there's a dragon in Sleeping Beauty. Here's the dragon in the dream world, and here is the unicorn and the griffin. So I'm not completely, maybe I'll do a creature where it's like, oh, that technically that's a griffin because it has the feature, But in general, I don't want to just have it be populated by very recognizable out of the box mythological creatures. I want to be inspired by them, but then go ahead and try to give things a little bit of a twist so it's sort of unique to the world a little bit, and it makes the dream world feel a little more like something like fresh and different.
Okay. I have to. Oh, I'm gonna answer Happy Guy 1 here. What do we think about the Artemis 2 mission NASA's doing? I think they should stop using Microsoft Outlook. I think that would probably help them.
Yeah, you said, didn't they have something where they were having like a mission control problem because they had Microsoft Outlook loading itself on their computers or something?
Well, I don't even know what that means, but it doesn't sound good. So, okay. Okay, it's the idea that their speed will help them steer with their track. Oh, the Greyhound. No. Well, I mean, no. I don't think the pointers run because they're blind, but it's just the design of the legs. We were going off of the Greyhound. It's a very slim, tight dog, like without a lot of fat on it. Just a very like aerodynamic with that beak, hunting.
Well, especially
That was the idea behind the pointer.
Especially, I think their legs, the greyhound legs, also go really well with like a heron or an egret or a stork or something, which is perfect for wading around in swamps. So I don't think that they can probably run very fast, but their legs I think are more designed for wading around in deeper water, and then just getting right above like a juicy toad or something and like spearing down.
Oh, EMV is saying Karo is a really cool design male character.
Hey,
He's based off of an Archaeopteryx, which is my favorite dinosaur. That's the thing, is that a lot of the Dreamkeeper animal designs are based off of real animals we actually like and remember.
Actually, I have bad news for you. He's
What?
not based off of an Archaeopteryx.
What?
It's based off of a
I'm sorry,
Microraptor.
Microraptor?
Yeah.
That's the same thing. An Archaeopteryx is a Microraptor.
Isn't it like a subtype of Microraptor?
I stopped reading dinosaur books in the 90s when Jurassic Park came out. So I go off of the old school stuff. If you want to talk 1950s dinosaurs, I got you good.
Well, I stopped reading dinosaur
We
books
were-
in the 60s when the Apatosauruses were giant blobs in the swamp, so...
Apatosaurus came later, and you know that was Brontosaurus in the 60s.
Brontosaurus was
I know
a
Willie
giant,
Silver. Willie Silver can back me up on that one.
giant blob in the swamp.
Okay, so we're talking about the pointer. Shut up. All right, do they navigate by smell or do they have an echolocation? I think the pointer is pointer by smell.
It's got heightened smell, and it does some chirps and echolocation too. Especially, it's got those big feathery tufts and things. They're not just like big feathers. They're like effectively huge ears, and they can also pick up on smell. It's like ears that can also smell the air. So it's almost like weird antennae.
Are you giving him an eye patch? I bet that would look really good as like a lighter gray around the eye if you want to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I might make that a lighter gray. I just wanted to give like a little extra patch around the eye. I don't know why. I was just kind of feeling it.
Yeah, just lime.
I think I'm gonna have the wings be
Oh,
a white base, because that's gonna contrast better from the body too. And then I might give the wings. The wings have like a really cool black and white accent on the actual animal, so I don't know if I want to have it be a black stripe on the tip, or if I want to bring the red back into it on the wings. I might do that.
The EMV is asking if we've seen the the Disney film Dinosaur. It came out. It was on TV. I saw a clip of it. I got bored. I left. That's my experience with Dinosaur.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Not even a clip of it. Is it that one that's like The Good Dinosaur with Pixar, where it's sort of No, that's a different one.
This is older. This is older, where it's looking very, very detailed, and it's kind of an iguanodon story. I don't know. It looked interesting.
I remember reading Raptor Red when I was a kid. I thought that was a cool book. Who wants to read about an iguanodon? And then he ate even more leaves.
No, it's not that. There's like some sort of emotional relationship between the iguanodons. There's a female iguanodon, and I don't. I think the character is raised by lemurs. and he's an
Lemurs?
outsider, and he has to win his way to glory.
Did they
I don't
have
know. It kind of reminds me
lemurs
of
in
Happy
the
Feet.
Jurassic? Did they have lemurs? I
I
thought
don't
lemurs
know.
were like new. I thought they were like circa, like, didn't they just make them in like the 90s?
You know, when I say lemur, that's a really loose term for it's a mammal, and they did whatever they wanted to. So don't look into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
The answer is, oh, okay. Did they have like Neanderthals or Sasquatches running around? I'm just wondering how.
No, I don't think they did. Yay, hey, hey. Technically, that red tuft is only supposed to be at the top. It doesn't go down the back. But
Oh, it
do
goes
whatever
down
you
the
want.
back in this
You didn't.
reference picture.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
look,
I'm
it goes
sorry.
down. It's like an axe wound on the back of his head.
You put ears on these? Did you forget the ears?
No, I'm not putting ears on. Because they do not listen. They do not listen. You're just you're just trying to tell it one thing. It's not listening. It's not listen. That's what these are. That's what these are like.
I want one of these so bad. Look at that. Does it spray too? I bet it smells terrible. Look at that stupid thing.
Oh, it can smell
It
terrible
smells
on
terrible.
demand. It is a skunk. It will look you in the eye and then unleash hell into your life.
I love him. He looks terrible. I love him so much.
Yeah, like he's got a
Oh,
bright
no.
bright yellow eye too.
Yep. Apparently, the Native Americans would collect heads of these animals, and like trade the. It was like the beak with the red fluff.
The
and
first
trade
the
that
first
for-
currency. Bird heads.
Oh, come on. It was no joke. Feathers and bird heads. Yeah. Yeah, the faces I already made up my mind. I know that.
This creature has no need for ears. They will not be used.
You know, technically, this is actually the tough thing we have in our story is that, like, is this going to be like if this was in this the world?
Oh yeah, I
Would
like
it be an
I like the
animal?
red and white on the wings. I think that's the way to go.
Oh, you put red on the wings. I'm on Picardo. I'm behind. What are you doing?
Refresh and you
Nope,
can
that
see.
does look amazing. I'm over on YouTube. I gotcha. No, that does look good. Yeah, you can do whatever you want there, sir. That looks amazing. That's spicy hot.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Good job, bird. What color are your stupid feet?
They're gray.
What color are your stupid feet? Ah, yes, they're like a dark gray. Okay.
Yep. Oh, what color the tongue is.
I'll save the tongue for last, because we've got a pretty good bead on their beak color, which is like sort of like a dense woody orange color.
You know, honestly, I think that's a taxidermy. I always see them as kind of more of like an ivory color. But if you want to go with a yellowy color, that's up to you. I think that's the taxidermy getting them.
I mean, that's probably the one thing in the taxidermy that they wouldn't have to mess with, right? The beak. Like everything else they have to stuff, but the beak should be pretty solid, I'd imagine.
Well, no, I know, but it's like the age and chemicals of what they have. Because this is like, you know, prior 1944 body. You do you.
I'm not making it
That
too
looks great.
intense because I want the eye to jump out as the glaring point of terror. So I don't want the beak to really compete with the chroma of the eye.
Terrible. I agree. Oh, so hey, part of the ivory-billed woodpecker going extinct was that, by 1944, a little bit before, people realized, hey, when you shoot and kill these animals, they are going to go away. Prior to a lot of laws happening, which this helped cause, was like, hey, we're not allowed to kill our birds anymore. You're not allowed to have a bird. You're not allowed to, if it's a native to North America.
Limit one
allowed to
per
have a bird.
customer. Limit one.
Yeah, not even. Well, that's the thing is that prior, people would play Pokemon Go in theory with wildlife and just go shooting, and then they'd have collections of dead birds and in their museums. Normal people would do this, and then it would be pay each other to come see your collection of look how many bluebirds I have, look how many ivory-billed woodpeckers I have, and that was the game colonial people would play. Would be like, And like, this is back with Teddy Roosevelt, for example, with like, who can kill the most doves and the most passive pigeons and stuff them, and come see my museum of what I've killed. People would do that back in the day, and that was when cameras were invented. That's where birders and the laws came in. People were more interested then in like taking photos and watching the birds than just like, look what I killed.
I'm imagining a Far Side cartoon of this couple being shown into the gallery of their host, and it's just like all chihuahuas, all mounted chihuahuas. He's just... It's like, well, yes, I have killed 87 chihuahuas. Have you ever seen as large a collection as... I don't think so.
It's gross. The chat is debating that this would mess with the aerodynamics of the head. Robert says no. Oh, the color. They like the color in the feet.
Yeah, I think we've got we've got this guy. I think we've got our ivory build skunk griffin ready to rock and roll, ready to terrorize.
I think they're gonna go extinct, Dave, because everybody's gonna want to kill this thing. It looks amazing.
Oh, you think it'll be that easy?
I wish you just. You know what? Part of me is like, I wish you'd put that in Ascension just as a fucking joke. Maybe that went extinct a while ago. But another part of me is also like, you know, we did this publicly, so it should be public domain. Like somebody else's problem. I don't know, it's whatever you want to do.
I don't know. Well, next up is going to be a blue-footed booby Siamese cat combo.
We talked about this one and chose this in the Telegram chat. And we went with Siamese, I think, because Mamo popped up, and Mamo has a Siamese cat. I had a Siamese cat growing up.
Yeah.
And I had to get you a note on Siamese cats. Originally, they start out with just the limbs being dark, but as they age, the white part of their body starts to turn brownish, like in this pic. So you can tell this is an older adult Siamese cat. And there are different, I can't say species, but different versions of the Siamese cat. The lilac point has more of a gray with a white. This looks like a seal point or I forget besides seal point, a chocolate point. They're different Siamese. I don't know a lot about the blue-footed booby, except I know that they are located somewhere in South America. And I think they eat fish based on that beak, if I were to guess. That thing looks like it needs ears, though, Dave.
I agree.
It looks very aquatic. Oh, the reason I was going with Siamese cat for this is because Siamese cats have, like, famously blue eyes. And we're not really going to see that here, but I just thought it's like a neat little callback. The blue feet with the blue eyes would have been... Oh, those ears look great. Look at you.
Also, the big sort of like thick feathery neck goes perfect with I think the cat like sort of upright sitting pose. So it's going to be a much more upright griffin, which is nice because it'll contrast with the ivory bill being the sort of like skulking trash monster, and then this one will be much more snooty.
Yeah. Oh, Emma says she's Thai. Siamese are skinnier. Okay, to be fair, there's Himalayan, there's Thai, there like basically, if it's a white cat and it has like a different colored tail and limbs and face, we're all just gonna declare it Siamese Mamo. I think that's the best we can do. Oh, well, it's over at a seal point Siamese. Kind of looks like it. Yeah, they are beautiful. What was it? Seal point. No, I had a lilac point growing up, so she was more of a gray. This is gonna look weirder. Yeah, this is gonna look weird. Now, I think the blue-footed booby is... I know it's an aquatic bird. I think this looks like it would dive in the ocean. If I were to guess. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I wanted to keep the big webbed feet because they're so distinctive. So I think this this thing would swim around a lot and fly because it's got wings.
Mm-hmm. I believe the feet are based on a mating thing, if I were to guess.
Yeah, the color is probably like, look how blue I am. Does this turn you on? And then the women are like, yes, it does. The blue feet do it.
Perfect. Oh yeah, that's my kink.
I was gonna try to pretend. I was gonna try to be coy, but that's just too blue. It's too blue.
Oh my god, it's so blue. I can't do this. Yeah, that's my man. My man with the blue feet. I think the females have blue feet too. I don't know what that is.
Gotta get the cattail preserved, because otherwise it's just turning into a quadrupedal blue-footed booby if we don't have a cattail on there.
Robert is to lay blue eggs. I hope so. I've never seen or heard that, but wow, I hope that's true. The way you I love that tail. Ooh, this looks. See, that's the thing. Look at what you did. You took the wing and you covered up half the body with it, which is always a problem.
Well,
designing.
especially like with the way their wings are, it looks like they just kind of like, they look shaggy. They look like they're drooping down and really covering up a lot of the bird's body itself.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Rob Ritter, we're doing this because we knew that you would run off with some of these ideas for your Griffin-y concept, but come on, dude. Like, go online, like, just think up some birds and look at photos. You know, you can do this too. We're just playing.
Think up some birds.
But yeah, like, knew that if we did this publicly that, you know, this is just kind of like...
Well, it's for,
freeform.
I don't know, it's for fun.
It's for you.
It's for
It's okay.
fun.
It's for fun, but, you know...
For the world
You
to
can do it too.
enjoy.
Yeah, we're just giving this to the world.
I'm getting creative. I'm feeling a creativity. This is gonna be a red-footed booby. There, look at, amazing.
Well, a red foot. No, make it pink, honey. I'm gonna look at some blue eggs here. I hope Robin said blue eggs was the famous one.
Have you been looking at blue things without me?
What? Those are nice eggs. What? What are you doing?
I'm just joking. Like you've been looking at blue things without me. Oh, I thought you were into me.
I haven't. Yeah. Well. No, no. You have the red hat, honey. That's my kink. People over here know about the blue robin eggs. That's the big one. I don't know why they call it a blue-footed booby. I don't know why settlers did that. I guess the titmouse and all that.
I don't know. They were bored. You gotta let them get their kicks in where they can.
Mm-hmm. It meant something different back then. This guy has another face of like. This guy looks like a derp.
Yeah,
I'm glad you did that.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm kind of glad that you were willing to say it, so I don't have to.
He wouldn't be. This is another. You put ears on this, which I love, but this is another one that doesn't listen. This is the theme tonight. You're halfway done with stream and you're still working on this. I knew you'd go way too involved, but yeah, this is the griffins that don't listen. Which I love. They look like they're just gonna do whatever the fuck they want, which I think is beautiful.
Now, to be fair, I don't think the ivory-billed woodpecker griffin. I think that doesn't listen. I don't think that, for all intents and purposes, it might as well not even hear you. I feel like the blue-footed booby can hear you, but it just always will stop and think for a few minutes and then decide, no, I don't care.
Like a cat.
Yeah.
Like the Siamese cat. It'll just do whatever the hell it wants.
Yeah, exactly. It hears you. It knows that you want something different from what it wants, and it will stop and think and be like, do I want to be considerate of this other creature? No.
Yeah, look at that face. No. No, look at that. These look like the worst, funniest pets I've ever seen.
Yeah, so
it's
I'm
like
just
one of those exotic pets where people would like try to keep it, but it would have to like destroy everything. And it's like, yep, I have one of those, and I don't have the couch anymore.
So I think the ivory build is like there's just never any way that negotiation is gonna end well ever. With the blue-footed booby, it's like you're always like on the verge of thinking, no, if I can just win its respect a little bit more, then the next time it won't necessarily tip over the kitchen chair and break the table and like tip over the garbage can and then look at me. I just have to be nicer to it. You know, it'll sort of string you along a little more.
All right, I gotta get caught up in chat. Yeah, they're not familiar with any griffin that's not just bird head and wings and lion body. Yeah, we're getting a little cray-cray. I've seen some griffin miniatures where they've painted it with like leopard spots and tiger stripes, and it's so exotic. It looks so interesting. So that's kind of where this comes from a little bit. Is when people, the miniature painting people, the artists started like mixing I don't know, like osprey with tiger, just to keep it neat. And that was the most, I don't know, it just looks so exotic and like Amazonian, like the Amazonian griffin. Because that's exactly what it would be. Is if there were griffins all over the world, as we were doing tonight, they would look like this, we think.
Griffins all over the world.
Griffins of the world. Griffin roll call.
Griffin roll call.
Oh, Willie Silver wants to know if Dave is a red-hatted booby. No, he's a red-hatted woodpecker is what he is.
Are you deciding my bird species now?
I did that a while ago.
Oh, when were you planning on informing me?
I told you. Don't pay attention when I play Pokemon.
I thought you were just
Oh.
I thought we were just talking about Pokemon. I thought you were just, Pokemon conversations being something that can just be safely ignored, filed away in the circular filing bin.
Whatever makes you happy. Oh, Mammo's cat keeps meowing all the time and keep wondering what she wants.
Oh,
Yeah, basically. No, you can tell it doesn't give a shit. You can tell her by the eyes pointing in different directions. Yeah, I have to say, the blue-footed booby definitely looks like the eyes are in two different directions.
it can
Just the way
see
it's
every issue from two sides, but neither of them is yours. That's what I get from this.
Siamese cats actually have some stripes on the end of their tail, but it's kind of like a brown on brown, so you don't normally see it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also, when Siamese cats are born, start out kind of like all white, and the tips start to come in over time. Like as they get older, the Siamese of it starts to come in. And apparently that is you're gonna have to research this because I'm getting the information wrong, but it's kind of based on temperature of body heat causes them to do that.
They literally toast like a marshmallow? Are you kidding me right now?
They do toast like a marshmallow. I'm not kidding. They actually do. That is what they do.
God's just up there like, okay, now I'm gonna design a cat, and as he gets older, he's gonna toast like a marshmallow.
They do toast like a marshmallow. It gets so toasty.
And he's like, Lord, why are you making it toast like a marshmallow? Are you really sure that makes sense? All right, well, you just added 37,000 beetles to the list.
Oh no, the beetles again. You have a new disease. I made a new one. It's really unpleasant.
Oh, are you questioning what I'm making? Well, I guess maybe I'll just make typhoid then if you didn't like what I was making. Oh, marshmallow cats that toast up, those are stupid? Fine, here comes gonorrhea. I bet that's real cool. I bet that's really realistic. You're welcome.
Oh, I know. God's like, oh, wait until we get to the STDs. Ew. Okay. Oh, Mammal says she had a black tip on her nose and a tail's kitten. Oh, she's black and gray. Yeah. Yeah, Mammal's cat did. They do that.
They should have just praised him for every animal he made. Be like, oh, marshmallow toasted cats? Yeah, that's great idea. That's right on target with what people expect in reality, Lord. Good job. And then maybe he would have just been satisfied and he wouldn't have created all these STDs. But, I'm not questioning the infinite wisdom of God, by the way. Like, the more STDs, he could create some more, and I wouldn't be able to question his infinite wisdom because I'm finite and he's not finite, so you can't really debate that.
I'm not sure which day of the 7 days he invented that stuff, but it was definitely some morning he was really mad. Just threw some of those in one morning. Didn't even talk about it in the Bible. And then there's this blue-footed booby monstrosity.
He didn't even make any verses warning people. He's just like, I'll let them find out.
Oh, nice. Surprise.
Like, you couldn't have made any verses warning us about germ theory or no, just don't eat shellfish. Okay, thanks.
Okay, good to know. I'm glad we have our priorities straight.
Yeah. No, it was probably more important back in the day, because back in the day, you eat the wrong shellfish, you probably turn into a mythical creature or some shit.
Which one? I hope it's screaming.
I've heard people can turn into Medusas, because otherwise I don't know where they would come from. I don't think they're I don't think they're naturally developed. I think it's you're a person.
When people when people design Medusas, they've been mixing it with Nagas lately.
Hmm.
From what I've been seeing, the Naga is the half human, half like it's a woman who's very attractive. Then she has like a snake for legs, kind of
Yeah,
like a
it's
mermaid, but
like a
it's
mermaid scenario, except instead of a fish, it's a snake.
yeah. They did that in the Ray Harryhausen film, and there was there not based in the Argonauts, but there was something with I forget, but it was another Greek mythology thing. They did that, and she had a bow and arrow. It looked really cool.
Has anyone ever started a band and then like Roy or like a Mitch, and then called themselves like Mitch and the Argonauts?
Hold on.
I feel like that's
Oh
just
yeah, Clash of the Titans. Thank you, Fury. Yeah, I saw that back in like the 7th grade, and just I liked Bobo the owl. If you remember Bobo. Do you remember Bobo the owl, Dave?
I haven't seen Clash of the Titans. I'm not sure if I've ever seen it, but he's a mechanical owl,
You've
right?
never seen Clash of? Oh my God, you're gonna see Clash of the Titans now.
Well, I
One
just
of the
saw it
first. You like
pop up actually in my fantasy art book that I got, where they were talking about after the initial Star Wars success, Hollywood was like, "Oh, I guess people like these cool effects-driven fantasy movies, do they?" And then so that's when Clash of the Titans was developed. Was sort of after fantasy became hot in film.
Okay, you're getting a little rounder with the feathers here. I'm glad you're doing that, because look down below there. You're getting pointy again, like they're knives.
Well, this guy looks a little more fluffy, but the tips of the feathers always look sharp, like because the wings fold to a little point.
Yeah. Well, the wings you're drawing don't look like they'd fold properly for flight. Those look decorative.
Yeah, he's not very good at like arranging himself.
Okay. Okay. Well, he needs to groom, and he does not look aerodynamic.
I don't know if he can probably at least glide. I don't know if this guy could fly very good.
I think they. It kind of looks like they. Probably better than a seagull, based on the look. We saw some birds today when we were out for a walk. Like we saw a swan and the eagle nest.
Yeah, I was actually the osprey we saw fly overhead was the most interesting to me, just because. Not that we were like super close, but the shape of its body, it has such a distinctive shape. It's not like other eagles and hawks. It's actually got like a, I don't know, there's like a dynamic energy to it that's really cool.
Mm.
Ospreys have some cool shaping characteristics. Alright, let's just get this guy with a fluffy cattail, and then I think I'll call my darker lines good enough, and I'll put some color on there.
Oh, I just saw the YouTube chat here. I'm sorry, I was worried. Someone was asking to come if they have to come up with a personal art piece, but they have no idea what to come up with. Recommendations. Traditionally, when it's if I don't know what you mean by personal art piece, if it's a self-portrait, choosing a really interesting angle or like unusual. Oh, actually, like for example, I think one time I did one where it was like I put a camera in the refrigerator, and then shot it out at me, and then I put a bunch of stuff in the fridge like around, and made it look like I was like just like digging through the fridge, and then did watercolor of that, and it was just really weird and unusual. If you're talking about a personal art piece about yourself, though, that's a little more difficult. I'm not sure like what you're supposed to do for your course. You might need to look into that more. Did we see the Super Mario Galaxy movie? No, we don't really go to movies or go to theater stuff. I think we'll
We do sometimes.
we'll
We saw
go there.
Zootopia 2.
Well, that was for research.
Yeah.
I heard Fox the Cloud is in this one. I think we'd see this movie if it comes to Amazon for free. I would work to it, but we don't normally
Yeah.
go in like movie theaters. I'm not a screen watcher personally.
You talk to chat. I'm gonna hit the restroom. I'll be like right back.
Okay. So your favorite griffin type is a woodpecker skunk. I can't say that's my favorite griffin. I don't know. I just like all griffins. All griffins are good griffins. But as far as tonight, that the face of that ivory bill is just so funny because I've never seen Dave draw him that well. He's drawn a woodpecker before. I've asked him to do that, but it's never been that on target. So I'm really glad I gave him that photo reference so he could really get it right. He needs to know what griffin to grant to Lula. I don't know if they have griffins in space. What is my opinion of griffins that use animals other than cats for the terrestrial half? Oh, like the wolves or the dogs? I think those are really cool, and I'd like to see more of them. I'm not sure. Like, I know there's the name Terragriff. That might be for, like, I think the name Terragriff goes more for the bird dogs that don't have the wings. I don't know. They're like bird dogs. I've drawn bird dogs, but I don't actually have an opinion. I just think they're all cool. Anything mixed with an eagle or a bird, it's a four-legged thing. It's just like really cool in my idea list. What about mixing dragons and birds to make a griffin? That's cool too. Actually, you mentioned the tegu. My tegu woke up to yesterday, which was incredible because I heard a sound and I couldn't believe it was a tegu. I thought it was something else. There's no way it was her.
Yeah, she actually like startled you.
Oh my god! Like, I mean, you just walk, you like something freezes. Like there's a motion and you just look to the right and you freeze and there's like a massive 2.5 foot lizard like on the carpet, just like bam, there's the lizard, and it's just whoa. And I've seen her like for 2 years here, but it's just like shocking to see this animal. Just like they're like the jungle has come to your house every time you see her.
From 0 to Tegu in 60 seconds.
It was 0 to Tegu in 60 seconds, and she was a good 30 feet from where I thought she was gonna be. So it was just I just started like yelling at her, and Dave was like, "Well, be nice. She can actually tell tone." They're very smart lizards.
Yeah, like you understood that you were being like sort of ironic and like, what are you doing? Like ironic scolding, but the reptile is not sophisticated enough to understand that it's ironic scolding. It just hears scolding and thinks, oh shit, I shouldn't have come out. It's like, you're gonna traumatize her.
She was in your corner. It's like, just, whoa, god, there's a dragon.
I don't know why she loves to jump onto my paper. She loves to wedge herself in there where the paper is.
She didn't do that. She tried to go into her forbidden zone, and I have blocked off the forbidden zone because I had enough of that one, and we're not doing that this year. All right, they want to know if we have another Griffin Friday in the future, which turn tegus into griffins.
Oh, that'd be fun.
They want to know about mixing dragons with birds now, and honestly, I don't really. You've done that before, Dave, but I haven't. Just off to the side. Back in college, you did that a little bit, but I don't think you've ever done that for people. It's Tuesday, Griffin Friday. What's next? Grun Monday. There should never be a Grun Monday.
You mean Grunde?
That would be the tone of Monday. Grunde. Oh gosh.
Oops. Right. Now it's a thing.
And on Grunde we drink.
I like to consolidate all my disappointment in life onto one day.
Terrible. You got that blue right too. Good job. Now, from what I see, I had a sculpture of a blue-footed booby, and I didn't make it. I bought it at the time, and I resold it because I wasn't that interested. It was a rare thing. The beak is actually more of a gray, and the feet are the brighter blue.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to match it, yeah.
I had the beak being a bit of a cooler blue because that's the way the photo reference is.
I know. I've seen it as a gray, and then the feet are just like way out there. But you can match it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some of the bigger chunks sort of blocked in first, and then maybe pop some gradients on top. Especially the Siamese angle's gonna need some gradients.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. Rue in YouTube wants to know if dragons exist in the dream world. We have reenactos, which are cat dragon hybrids, and they can get really, really big, kind of like Chinese dragon kind of things. We also have dreamkeepers that look like dragons, but you know it's a big world, so I really can't say anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of some new creatures in the lore book, so some of them are dragon-ish. I don't think there's one that's a straight up like I am a dragon, because those already exist in plenty of other fiction. But at the same time, if someone's doing fan fiction and they're like, well, I want there to be a dragon in my story, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. It's a big dream world. You can have a dragon in it.
Oh, Dave, you might want to make the tips of the ears the chocolate tail and foot.
Yeah, the ears are going to be definitely the Siamese cat, like dark color. So I'm just going to grab that. It's like almost a black. It's a nice dark.
Well, in this one, it's almost a black. It depends on the Siamese cat you want to do. You can do any range of grays, and you can do anything from a range to a gray to a brown to a very dark chocolate, almost black.
Yeah, well
But I think you want to match the brown on the blue-footed booby.
I think I'm going to be doing something with the brown, but I want to do something different with the Siamese gradients to sort of make it seem like, I don't know. I got to just get in and start doing stuff.
I have an idea for you. If you did the beak more of a gray, then you could pop the eyes to match the feet, and you get that Siamese look.
Yeah, that might look good.
This thing looks like it struts based on the feet you put in the front.
You can't tell how stressed it is by looking because it's
I didn't
very
say stressed. I said strut.
Oh, strut. Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, he definitely has a high foot walk.
And very, very snooty as it does it, definitely. Also, the important factor that I think to bear in mind is that when it walks around, it actually sounds like big flappy.
Oh, he slaps.
Yeah, the feet like flap down on the ground. You can hear it.
Oh, lovely. I bet these would get me a swimming pool.
Yeah, it'd be like hearing somebody walking around in flippers.
Man. Thank you for doing that with the eye. That just makes me so happy. That's bringing it back. That's good luck. Do you want a question from YouTube?
YouTube, sure.
YouTube is talking to you. What do the concept of psyche, consciousness, self, continuity, and the meaning to feel alive? This question pertains to dreamkeepers being our counterparts.
So what's the question?
Yeah. What do the concept of psyche, consciousness, self, continuity, and meaning to feel alive? This question pertains to dreamkeepers being our counterparts.
Oh.
This is kind of like a.
I'm not
this
sure.
Is kind of like a Monty Python. This is like a Monty Python, like what is your favorite color?
Well.
What is the air flight of the sparrow?
Well, I mean, I would like to answer. It's just I actually don't think that there's a question. It's like the what do is like part of the phrase, but there's not actually a question as to like what something does. You know, like you can have a question like, what do orangutans think? But if you're like, what do orangutans, chimpanzees, and gorillas? It's just sort of like.
Yeah, I think they want your psychology, but they don't know how to ask for it. I think they want your they want you to get like real big brain, but they don't have a question.
Big brain David, here he goes. I'm making cartoon animals, and it's fun.
He's trying like blue feet on a bird. This is our speed. I don't think there's a lot of consciousness to birds today.
Although if you want like all kinds of lore book stuff, man, the more questions we answer, the more I'm realizing we really do actually need a lore book for the series. So it's a good thing we're making one.
I know you were doing your map, and yeah, actually, this is something I could talk about. We were developing animals in a certain area of the world. And we came up with some like I was pulling up some photos of some birds because we were laughing about some things. So as you can tell from this woodpecker and this blue-footed booby, these monsters that we're making here, just mixing animals and we're just drawing things. And as we draw, we start cooking up ideas of what they would do based on how they look. And so when we were doing the Dreamkeeper wildlife this week, it wasn't this week, it was this week, I guess. It's Friday. We started kind of cooking up some things about how I'm not going to go into detail to spoil it, but like how they'd interact with people in the area of the world and like some of the traits they'd have. And we hadn't drawn any of these things, but we just started cooking up like, hey, what if they do this and that, and wouldn't that be funny? And we're on our way. We write it down, and we'll start sketching what these animals would look like in this area.
Yeah, well, that's like half of it is like making sort of fun animal ideas, but then the other half is like, well, how would they actually interact with people, and what would be interesting about this, and possibly turn it into like something, something fun for players to even interact with. So just making the world more filled out, but also trying to make sure that everything has something that almost has an interactive element to it whenever possible, because that's going to make it not just like, oh, there's more objects in the world that never matter and they don't engage with anything else in the world, but actually turning it into sort of like an interrelated system, like an ecosystem, and there's all sorts of ways that one thing might affect something else, and just I don't know, just makes it into hopefully a big, cool, fun experience.
Hey, I'm noting that you've added some gradients on the upper head, but at least you're looking at how those feathers look a little speckled on the original blue-footed booby. Like he's got some little like brown spots going around there.
Yeah, refresh. I got some brown spots on his neck just recently, but I made his head a little more along the lines of like the Siamese cat gradient.
Okay. Well, you do.
All right.
Looking good.
Gonna get a little bit of something in his ears, but I think we might have this guy pretty close to being ready for prime time.
The outsider comes back and he's impressed by the quick coloring. Dave, hey, could you do a favor when you're done here? Can you put this file in Patreon so people can like pull it apart?
Oh yeah. We definitely will. I gotta remember to put this into Patreon and people can play with it. Let me actually save it. Wouldn't that be smart?
Oh. Yeah, Willie Silver had a nice weather. Sunshine temperatures in low 60s, near 70s. Yeah, we had that too. That's why we went for a walk at our favorite forest park where they did a lot of trimming on the walk, so it's not really forest anymore. But there's a marsh, and it's really nice. And that's where we see the eagle nest and the swans.
Yeah. Good for getting direct inspiration, and also just, in general, probably smart to, since we could be a sedentary lifestyle, smart to occasionally get out there and move around a little bit.
I love how you have a bird here with red, and then you have a bird here with blue. That was a complete accident, but they looked incredible, Dave.
Yeah, these were really fun.
Wait a minute. The blue-footed booby should have black feet back there. Your feet are off. You forgot your back feet completely.
I know that the black feet are usually that way on a Siamese, but I kind of wanted to leave these ones light because otherwise they're going to get lost in the wings.
They look like you didn't color them at all based on the toasting. I think you need a little toasting there to blend it.
Okay, I'll toast his feet a little bit.
I'm sorry, it does look like you forgot.
Get ready for toasted feet. This cat's gonna be really mad in 3, 2, 1. There we go. You're right, that actually does.
Now, okay. Yeah, what kind of a noise would the blue-footed booby make? Because I don't remember what they said the ivory bill sounds like, but they've got recordings of that one.
I feel like a blue-footed booby would be very nasal. I don't know what they actually sound like. I'm just saying based on how they look. I imagine it being very nasal.
Because of that beak, yeah.
I like how the feet and the eyes are the brightest blue on the whole piece. I think that's good.
I do too. That's beautiful. That's really great.
Yeah, we got two fun griffins, and they're all unique and interesting because we just used a bunch of different interesting real world animals and mashed them together. So.
Yep, and and real life isn't copyright. You can, I mean, we don't own those photos, but fortunately we made something different from them. So that doesn't matter. It's just reference.
I created the birds. I created the blue-footed booby from nothing.
How many days did it take you to
No
make
one else can draw it ever.
put a giant watermark on this. Now no one can do it.
The color of blue is now mine. I have patented blue. Checkmate, other artists.
This is the red versus blue Firo combined. Yeah,
well, actually, if you'll pardon my dust, I'm gonna get this set up for drawing mode now.
Yep. Okay. Save that and give it to them, please, so they can abuse these animals and make whatever they want. Okay. Part of me wants a plush of that stupid woodpecker. That is so funny to me.
That would be a fun.
The red on the wings. The red on the wings really makes it. You did great on that.
Thank you. Now, everyone, be careful. There's going to be turbulence because I have not focused the camera yet, which means it's probably going to be like shaking around and being all dumb. So, be warned.
You're welcome, Robert. You had a whole list of other birds to do. I'm gonna do some quick sketches. Probably put them in Telegram. They're not gonna be this fancy colored in, but I'll just do some quick body type bird stuff. We have a bunch of weird birds.
A bunch of weird
birds. I wish he'd keep going, but as you can tell, he spent like 40 minutes on each of these, and I didn't think he's gonna go that far. They look great, though.
Yes, well, as always, I'm like, oh, this will just take a second. And then once I get into something, it's like, well, I just want to make it a little bit better, and I want to do a good job.
I know.
And 37 billion years later.
No, you went amazing. It would, it would just be really... I have the worst idea. What if when we do the lore book, you just, slap these in the very back, and, this didn't happen? If you have any back just of how the lore book came together, just slap some of this in the back. Be like, this didn't make it. They just throw the two-footed griffin in there.
Rejected.
But we had fun.
Yeah.
The rejected. The blue-footed booby one.
These jokers tried to get in the book. Can you believe it? First I make a paper airplane, then I draw. Alright. It looks like I still have the audio stuff set up in the scene properly, so away we go.
Aw, Robert is impressed by your speed about 2 griffins.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. As you saw, he did very light sketching with a color, and then he went in and inked it. And yeah, I mean, this is really quick. And then there was that layer underneath for coloring, which we do. Traditionally, a lot of digital artists use the ink pen, and I believe it is, what is it called?
Oh, like vector lines.
Fills,
yeah.
They do vector lines, so you just click and fill, but we don't. I don't know. That's kind of boring, soulless.
Well, it can look really, really good. It's just that I didn't want to stop and do fully cleaned up vector lines because I didn't want to be turning this into a more work than it was. So I just kept it kind of rough, kind of light, and we got it done. Got some cool griffins designed.
Oh, they say impressive as always. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, we have moved on to what Dave was going to originally do, which was draw a prelude.
Yeah, I got the blues ready in advance and everything, because I'm always... whenever I do blues on stream, I'm told, no one can see what you're doing. They think you're faking. They think you're making it up.
What I want to know is, where did you get that blue paper? Who gave you the color blue, Dave? Did you copyright blue?
Yeah, it's my color now. Did I not tell you? Did I not announce? No, you guys, by the way, if you use blue, you're stealing now from David Lilly, the blue owner.
Somebody did copyright the color black,
What, really?
You didn't hear about that? I'll tell you about that one. There is an artist who mixed up the blackest black paint he could possibly do. It is void black. It is the blackest paint color you could possibly do, and then he copyrighted it.
So did he like make a new kind of paint?
Yes, but he also declared that that was his black, and that nobody else could use it.
If that's like an invention, like if there's like a new material technology involved, I think that would be more along the lines of a patent, not like a copyright.
Well, I don't know what the story is, but he splashed the art world by declaring he owns a color.
Yeah, that sounds like the art world, quote unquote.
Roberto says if you own the color blue, he's gonna take your red hat color.
Oh no! I've started. The color wars have begun. Very quickly, no one's allowed to use any
blue.
colors.
Oh boy. I wish we could have Blizzard time, but she went back to sleep.
Yeah, let her do her thing.
It was terrible. She went under the couch, and I have a bunch of packing material under the couch, which you can't see because I hide it really well. But she goes under there, and she just like you hear the sounds of crinkling like none other.
She
She's
loves
really
to
good
crinkle.
time.
She loves to crinkle like paper, like crispy paper. It's her favorite
She loves
thing.
to she loves to make sounds like she matters. Basically, this lizard just likes to feel important when she makes a sound. So I've arranged certain hidden areas of the house, and she would just go and crinkle.
As usual, if you give her toys that are intended to be amusing and enriching, zero interest. Just, what is this? Get it out of my face. But just crumpled up paper and like cardboard. That it's like cocaine. She just gets into that.
It's like a pure cat thing, you know. She doesn't like the toys. She doesn't understand. She looks like she doesn't understand the toys, but she really just doesn't care. But boy, if you give her like something to knock over or get into, oh, that is her bread and butter.
What she really loves are Berserk books. She loves to pull Berserk books off the shelf more than life itself.
I move them. Yeah, she loves to pull books off the shelf. If she can reach them, she's gonna pull them down.
Specifically Berserk. She's like, yes, this series belongs right here on the floor with me. Here we go. And it's like, why do you stop? Also, like, she's clawing up the Berserk books to the point where it's like, are you gonna leave claw marks? Is it gonna look like a demon was trying to read this? That's kind of metal. Sort of matches the series, but I'm not sure.
She's not. I'm watching her. It's okay. I told you. I moved them. She's gonna leave those books alone now. Because I'm really afraid she's gonna like hurt herself. They're gonna land on her. Because those are big books.
They are big books.
She chose the biggest books to try to pull onto herself. Lovely.
As they do. As one does.
Oh. But yep, she went into the Crinkle Cave.
The Crinkle
Came out again and went back to the Crinkle Cave thing. Went under the bookshelf, back asleep. So okay, we did that.
Very busy day.
Oh, she also looked at the door and thought about going outside, but decided it was too cold and turned around. It was too cold. It's supposed to rain tonight, as Willie Silver was talking about the 70s out. It was really nice today, not too sunny though.
Yeah, today was like perfect for a walk. A little wake up from the winter walk.
Firo says just like children love to climb bookshelves. Yeah, that was actually a concern we had. I had, Dave knows about this. I had a bookshelf it was probably 6 to 7 feet tall.
It was exactly like the size of a coffin, ironically.
Yeah, it was the size of a coffin. It looked like a coffin. And it was the kind of thing where don't know who would do it or how you would do it, but that was probably going to tip onto someone and kill them.
I'm gonna pull this book off the shelf real hard. No.
Or it was the kind of bookshelf where if it just had enough books, it was going to tip and kill someone.
Killed by his own publishing career. He made one too many books. Crushed him.
You would be a Mr. Ballin story, the publisher who died under his own books.
Yeah, if only I wouldn't have made as many. I wouldn't have had as much weight crushing down upon me.
That has happened to people who have filled their houses with garbage and then it crushes them alive.
Oh, well, like hoarders, yeah.
Yeah. They die under their own, like, collections.
Oh, I heard there was one hoarder. It wasn't just that, like, oh, he died in his own collection. Like, he literally got really paranoid that other people were trying to steal his hoard, which was, I think it was just like straight up, crazy time.
My horde.
Yeah.
My horde.
So he got really paranoid about that, and he started building booby traps inside of his horde. And it was at this point where it was, I think it was in a city. It was like a townhouse or something. But it was just like, it was so packed that you couldn't even walk in the rooms. You had to crawl around through like a warren of little tunnels that had been excavated by him through his stuff.
Yep, that's what happens is they build tunnels on it.
And at one point, he must have presumably accidentally tripped one of his own booby traps, and it caused an avalanche that trapped him. And
what's that? Okay, you're not talking about the guy who died in a chair who lived with his brother?
Died in a chair. No, I don't think he was in a chair. I think this was a trash avalanche that was actually a booby trap he built.
Trash avalanche. Oh my gosh.
New word.
And inside of it, you find skunk woodpeckers, just like destroying stuff. The line between hoarders and merch collectors is very thin blurred. Well, it depends on. I think one has water damage and one has there will be water damage. Unfortunately, that's generally how it goes.
I feel like the other difference is, like, if we're talking for reals, what makes a hoarder? If your place is perfectly functional and nice, and you can walk around easily and sit on the furniture, no problem, and like use the kitchen to cook food, use the bathroom to go to the bathroom. If it's like not visibly cluttered, so if your space is like free and clear and you can walk around and do stuff, then at that point, even if you have like a collection of stuff in the closet or stored away properly somewhere, okay, it's fine, you're a collector, no problem. Or if you have your stuff like displayed nicely on some shelves or in a curio or a cabinet, no problem, you can be a collector. But as soon as like the stuff starts to flood out and constrict the rooms from serving any purpose aside from being flooded with stuff, that's when I think it crosses the line.
Firu has a banger of an insult here. I think this goes off of this is about the idea of somebody being crushed under the bookcase or a publisher.
Yeah.
Critics say his obituary was the most inspired thing he had produced in years.
Oh, sick burn.
Oh, sick burn. I think that goes back to the dogs can only consume their vomit so much. God, Dave. Oh.
Like, I'm not trying to like single anyone out. Like, Hollywood has a lot of people in it, but it's...
I was thinking of people who just draw like Lion King OCs from the 90s all the time and pretend they're original.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like Simba, but it's different colored Simbas, and it's my original character. Do not steal.
Like, honestly, if people are having fun drawing Lion King fan art, I'm not gonna like jump in and be like, you shouldn't have done that. Now you're dog vomit. Blah, goodbye. Like, but as soon as they're like, this is my original character, do not steal. It's like, is it though? Is it really?
Oh, yeah. Mach 1 here is talking about the hoarders and merch collectors and people who have their entire houses filled with. I've seen some photos of Star Wars and Ninja Turtles. That is a little scary. It's very organized, but also very scary.
Like, if there's a room that is full of display cabinets, but you can walk around in the room, and it serves its intended function, I feel like there's room for that to be fine and healthy.
These were like museums where you start to wonder what is wrong with the owner a little bit. Like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Well, I mean, if one of the things they derive a lot of pleasure from in life is collecting these things and having them on display in a little museum, if it functions as a museum and their bathroom functions as a bathroom, then I feel like that's probably more in the range of probably healthy behavior than if like they're like, well, you got to go in this bucket. There's just the toilet's buried in Ninja Turtles and they're in box, so don't you dare touch them.
All right, I'm not going to read all the comments in chat about this, but no, we're all on the same page here, actually. Dave and I used to watch the show Hoarders I'm always interested in psychology. I'm a psychology minor. And just the psychology of some of the people. There was one where they kept saying that if they, like, oh, their stuff is so valuable, so valuable, so valuable. And then the person trying to clean the house said, okay, let's have a garage sale. And then nothing sold, and the people were really, really mad that they had been called out and tricked. We basically called on their bluff that no, nobody is buying this old version of Monopoly. This is not like worth anything. And they were just really upset, tried to get rid of the people cleaning the house and refused to participate.
Yeah. Well, at that point,
Oh,
it's not about the way they rationalize the hoarding. There's like some deeper emotional dysfunction driving it.
yeah, sometimes there's an emotional issue. Sometimes they just kind of like there was one episode, it was very sad, where someone's son had died in the bathroom, and then the woman had just stopped being able to be in that room and clean it, you know, that kind of thing. But then there's some other issues that get a little personal, depending on who's like, everybody has their own little adventure per episode about what's going on there. Some of it can be fixed, some of those houses had to be destroyed. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's always bad news when the like the cleaning crew comes in. They're like, you know what? This is actually, we're not able to clean this and make it safe to live in. It's a biohazard, and it would be cheaper to tear it down to the studs and just build something completely new on top of the wreckage. It's not
If they can
salvageable.
build something new.
Yeah.
There's been a couple times, yeah. But man, the reason we watched that show, I think, is because they're like 16 seasons free on Amazon. So that was a big appeal.
It was surprisingly interesting. Like, there's of course the like, oh look at that, like watching a train wreck aspect of it, but just sort of getting exposed to the psychology of it and like what drives that kind of behavior. That was actually genuinely kind of
They
interesting.
It's very interesting, and they don't paint the show tries not to make it look like a train wreck, but you can kind of tell some of this stuff is pretty gross. Oh, there's a different name in Spanish for hoarding. I don't know what it is though. There's a translation issue.
Hmm.
We have a lot of internationals in here. I really like that a lot. I'm glad because we just pick our streaming time based on what works for us, and we can't match everybody's time zones, so we just hope it works with everyone. Unfortunately, I mean, if it doesn't, you can always catch the Safer Work streams on Twitter and YouTube whenever, forever, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But it's
And
nice when people join us in chat when they can. Like I know just off the bat here vaguely, I know we've got Russia, Ukraine, I see a Mexico. We've got a European I'm not too familiar with. I don't want to call anybody out, but we've got a range here, which is really nice.
I feel like we're about to get treated to the Animaniacs country song. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Except except not as animated.
Yeah.
You're drawing cartoons, it's okay.
It's kind of more animated than nothing because there's cartoon drawings at least.
Oh, and they call it kleptomania there. Okay, that's a term in the US now. Kleptomania in our language is the need to steal is kleptomania.
Yeah, it's like someone that like compulsively feels compelled to just like shoplift and steal things.
Yeah, kleptomania here is the need to steal stuff. Hoarding is the term used for someone who collects a lot of items in one room to the point where it becomes dangerous and unhealthy. And I have to say, the reason it's interesting to me is because I, like, before Dreamkeepers, well, even when Dreamkeepers took off, I was still working a part-time job just as a safety buffer financially. And I loved working at thrift stores because we used a lot of like rare, unusual, one-of-a-kind items for good prices. And when you live in a good area, like our town here is a really nice area. You get good stuff in the thrift stores. You live downtown Columbus, Ohio, you get bad stuff. That's just how it works. But here the people, you can tell based on how they shop if they have a hoarding disorder. And it's just really kind of interesting to interact as a cashier and kind of just like talk to them a little bit and see what's going on. And you're always nice and professional. You can kind of tell based on how they shop, like what's kind of going on under the surface and how often they come in there. Oh, why is there a coconut milk box under your glass drawing board, Dave?
Oh, I will show you. It's because I like having this table nice and up like this, and I will remove the coconut milk box. It has a little ratchet thing where, but this is the highest it'll go on its own, and I don't necessarily want it to be this low because if I'm drawing and I have to like lean over more, it's just not the best for posture and all that jazz. So that way, I can take this and wedge it in here, and have it be just at the angle that I like. Ta-da! So that's why there's a coconut milk box.
And we're using the coconut milk box because we're not advertising anything. We had a problem earlier where I think we're using silicone and foam resin packaging or like Amazon. We're always advertising, and we tried to cover it up with like a picture of Dreamkeepers, but it just looked really cringe.
I don't know.
So we just use the coconut milk box is easy to find.
Are we not now advertising coconut milk? Is anyone in the audience getting a delicious craving for some creamy, delightful, sweet coconut milk?
Monday through Friday, subliminal coconut
Mondays,
milk.
that's how we pay the bills. You gotta put the coconut milk product placement in the streams. Then Big Coconut, they pay us in coconut cream.
If they did, you'd be so happy.
Yeah, legitimately.
Because
if anyone from Big Coconut is listening to this, and if you're looking for a brand sponsorship partner, let me gladly throw myself into the spotlight. For the low price of coconut cream, I will shill coconut cream. I will talk about coconut cream on every stream. I will talk about how coconut cream is a delightful dream. You never want to wake up from a dream of coconut cream on stream. See, that was even with no preparation. Please give me some shit, and I'll sell coconut cream all day long.
That's actually the sad truth. Is that Dave goes through a lot of coconut cream and coconut milk and coconut water.
Unironically,
because his diet, you do.
Yeah.
Because his diet requires it. Well, not require, but it makes it easier.
Yeah. Well, before I started getting coconut cream on like my smoothies and stuff, when I first jumped onto this diet, even though I was eating meals and stuff and I was filling up, I was losing weight and I couldn't really. It's not like I was losing weight at like a dangerous rate or anything, but it's just like, hey, I'm not really trying to lose weight, yet I'm losing weight. I'm actually trying to keep my weight up. I'm trying to gain a little weight. How do I do this? So I had to get more calories in the diet somehow, because getting lots of leafy greens, very good, but leafy greens, they got very nutrient dense, but they don't have a lot of calories, and at some point, if you want to keep your weight on, and if you're working out and stuff, you need calories.
Billy Silver wants to know if you can do a coconut haiku. I think that's a little harder.
I would, but I can't count. So the number of syllables would be difficult.
You can't. No, I know. It's hard. But anyway, yeah, the nice thing about the coconut milk is it's a dairy-free drink, and he uses it constantly. So that's why we have the coconut milk boxes, because we have coconut milk shipped in constantly. Like every 2 weeks, I have to get another giant crate of coconut milk coming through here. Okay, can Dave have protein? Yes, he can have protein. He eats protein constantly.
Protein is good.
Protein is yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on the protein,
mostly,
but in general, I have as much protein as I can get.
Yep. It's all about the protein. Forgetting to check the YouTube chat. Okay. Thinking about that question about psyche and consciousness.
Yeah.
I think maybe the person asking the question is getting a little deep in thought about people and their counterpart being a dreamkeeper, and the relationship a human has with their dreamkeeper. And to be honest, we're not really focusing on that in our story. So if people want to kind of like cook up theories and do fanfics, what would their dreamkeeper be like, and what if I met my dreamkeeper? That's cool. You can do that. We're just doing cartoons, though.
Doing cartoons? Yeah, I feel like if I was able to pay full attention, I could probably try to extrapolate what they were, what the question is that they were sort of like going for. But when I'm like
Yeah.
when I'm drawing and coloring and stuff, there's a significant portion of my brain that is occupied.
I know you're busy. I know you get into the pencil zone right now. He doesn't think very well, guys. He can chatter a little bit, but he's kind of deep in pencil
My
mode.
brain doesn't work too good.
Your brain, don't worry. My brain hurts. Yeah, okay. You did that in a Kermit the Frog voice.
My brain doesn't work the best, but it's alright. Miss Piggy makes sure I never forget that.
Yeah, she's telling Kermit to keep drawing here. Okay. Oh, Firo thinks they wanted to know if we have a formula for oh, what is this? Extrapolating. That's a neat spelling there. What person's Dreamkeeper would look like based on real life mentality? Nope, it's kind of whatever people want to do.
I will say,
just roll with.
Yeah, I will say we actually do not have a formula for extrapolating a Dreamkeeper based off of a real person's characteristics. We just kind of like try to figure out if we're designing a character, we figure out like what is the personality of this character, what are they like, stuff like what are maybe like some cool animals or species that we haven't done much of that could use a little more love, and so we'll have considerations like that. But I don't really have a good way of being like, well, this guy, he would probably be an orangutan because.
No one is gonna come up and say, "Draw my Dreamkeeper." And we're like, "You're an orangutan," and they're like, "No," and we're like, "Yes."
I'm sorry, my
not
formula never misses, sir.
Make them take 100-question quiz, and then we do whatever we want. No. Oh, no humans from the real world are ever going to be shown in the comic. Can you answer that, Dave?
Yeah, I don't think that's a huge spoiler. We're not really planning.
I've answered that before.
Yeah, we're not really planning to go into like the human world because we're already here, so that's not so much fun. So it really is a story that takes place in the dream world with Dreamkeeper characters, and that's why the premise is kind of the premise is that they don't actually know about our world, just like we don't know about their world, outside of our comic books, of course. So for that reason, like there might be like some slight lore revelations that give some interesting tidbits, but we're not going to be. I don't think there's ever going to be a graphic novel where it's like, here's the graphic novel that takes place in the real world where you see like what they look like as humans. That's not really where the story's going to go, I don't think.
Yeah. We'll leave that up to Hollywood to rape and destroy our series. We'll just let Hollywood destroy that.
Or not.
All right, yeah, I know. That would probably be preferred. If you get a chance to do a Dreamkeepers animated series, which studio would help you? I don't know a lot of studios personally. I have seen some things I like out there, but I can't really declare one or the other.
Yeah, honestly, like I haven't thought too much about exactly which studio would help us because it seems like putting a lot of effort into thinking of that wouldn't really be. I don't know. It'd be like time that I've spent on something that isn't immediately actionable. And if we're talking like fantasy time, like, oh well, it could be anything. If you get into animation with Dreamkeepers, what would you like best? Honestly, the thing that I would like best is for Vivid Publishing to get more talent locked down, and for Vivid Publishing to be the animation studio. Like I'd like to produce our own animation in-house and have total control over it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're independent self-publishing ourselves, and we publish other people. I mean, and we can draw, and we can animate. I'm pretty sure we could probably do a lot of in-house if we just grew more. And
it's
I don't see, like, I've heard of people like outsourcing to other studios. I know people who have done that, and for little clips, and
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it seems like sometimes some indies, I don't want to point any fingers, but it seems like some indies, they're only trying to like squirt out a pilot episode in the hopes that they can sell their series as fast as humanly possible to someone else to make. And to me, it's like, well, making, like, don't you want to make it? Isn't making things the whole reason you're doing this to begin with? Like, even if you successfully were like, we sold it, now someone else is producing everything. Now I can sit here
Think of all the parties I can go to and brag.
Yeah, oh yeah, think of the bragging rights now. Think of the names I can drop when I'm name dropping now. It's like, yeah, is that really why you got into art? To name drop how someone else is actually the one doing it and not you? I don't know, that's like, again, if there was a deal from Hollywood or whatever, I'd have to really carefully look at the details. I wouldn't just throw something out because I'm too indie for you. You know, if there was something that would introduce more readers to more of our work and especially enable us to make more of our work, there's a lot of things to consider. But in general, again, if I'm just talking ideally, what would I like the best? What I would like the best is I would like to create stuff, and I would like to get Vivid Publishing in a position where it's capable of producing even more stuff. Not necessarily just like, you know, tossing it to Netflix or like Disney Plus or whatever the hell.
All right, you are a minute. Can you actually, we've done this before, but just explain why you have that blue piece of paper, what you're doing with that.
Oh, sure. It's just because the graphite can smudge if you like smudge it with your skin. So when I'm drawing, I just have this backstop for my hand to rest on. So that way, as the paper moves around, it's not my skin smudging. It's just like the paper. So it results in the pencil lines being a little bit cleaner.
When I was younger, back in, I'd say elementary school, middle school, I would not use a piece of paper, and I would get like a huge graphite streak on the side of my hand from all the work I did.
Oh yeah, it'd be like shiny and everything.
Oh, okay. Oh, an artist who worked on Gravity Falls on his own show and Disney's making his own studio and had crowdfunded short animated for episodes.
Nice.
I don't know. Oh, is it the guy who did Amphibia? I don't know. Cool. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, have fun.
All right, but are you saying it is stream time accomplished?
It is stream time accomplished, and
All right.
I don't think you've had dinner. It's time for coconut cream.
It's time for coconut cream. It actually might be.
No,
pretty...
we make fun, but no, seriously, that is in coffee. That I make cheese out of it. That is in everything we do.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I mentioned, like we don't pay for streaming, but we do an Amazon, and that's to get my coconut shipped in all the time. And on top of that, Dave has specific coconut cream he does and does not like, so I have to watch and get the right kind all the time. He's very particular about the coconut.
I'm like one of those elephants that can tell which brand of marshmallow they're eating.
And then you don't eat.
Yeah,
if it's not the right one, you just don't eat.
If it's not the right brand of marshmallows, I throw it back at the zookeeper and say, try harder.
That's me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Let me try to return this. Like, you guys, and that's a chemical preservative in the can. He doesn't like the BPA in the can. The coconut cream is fine, but the can doesn't work, so we have to do something else.
I mean, they put all these little poisonous traps literally everywhere in food these days.
Well, okay, Ty Cloud is in Wisconsin. Yeah, I know that. You dox yourself, sir. He finds it offensive when we make cheese out of coconut cream in his witchcraft. Well, it's a dairy-free vegan cheese that Dave can have. So it's the best he can have. It's the only cheese he can have, and I have to make it out of the coconut cream.
I've gotten pretty good at actually whipping up that cheese sauce just on the fly now, since we...
Oh, you did great, yeah. Yeah, if you guys ever get into vegan or keto, or actually keto can do dairy. I can eat dairy. That's fine. But if you get into paleo diet that doesn't do dairy, like Dave is on, I have a vegan cheese recipe, and you can spice it in different ways to make different cheeses. And it gels in the fridge, or it's a sauce. It's really good. It's amazing. I actually shredded the coconut cheese, and then we sneak it into Chipotle, and he just like dumps a whole pack of cheese on his meal.
It's magical. I still can't believe it came out so close to like actual cheese. Again, when I first got on this diet, I was like, well, there goes a lot of things I'll never be eating again. And like one by one, it's like, no, they've figured out a way to do this. No shit.
If by they you mean me.
Yes. Liz is they, confirmed.
On that note, I need to finish making your snickerdoodles tonight.
No, now you're even making me even more hungry. So I think...
well, hey, you're 3 minutes over time, so you're gonna draw, you're gonna have dinner, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna make food. Thank you guys for hanging out,
Oh.
watching us.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. First of all, will there be an update this weekend?
Yeah, actually Saturday, tomorrow's an update day for a little bit of a Volume 6 sneak peek. So if you are in the Patreon, we're going to put out another little Volume 6 sneak peek behind the scenes at how production is going on that.
Yep, I actually got a lot done on some pages, and then I took a break and watched the 4, so that was my day.
Yeah, you've been
But
getting
yep,
some good
a lot of
traction up.
work.
Excuse me.
Oh
traction
man,
on
I've got a whole pipeline for getting pages done. I am wailing on that. It's
And
really,
Ascension
I
is-
can't show anything because it's so spoilery.
I know, that's the only difficulty with the Volume 6 updates from here on out, is I have to be careful what to show so that when people actually finally get the book done and in their hands, the scenes aren't all spoilered and lacking in
You should
dramatic
just-
tension and stuff.
You should just put like black bars over everything and say redacted.
I mean, you joke, that might be what ends up happening at some point.
That'll be your update, is the redacted bar.
Yeah, I know it's not the update weekend for Ascension either, but I'm really pleased at how the Ascension stuff is going. I'm on the last map that's going to be in the Andruna section of the book, and yeah, last map, last round of lore for that, but just overall, Andruna has gotten so fun, like so full of like stories and legends and landmarks, and there's just so many cool things in the district that I wasn't even aware were there before. So it's, yeah, we're making lots of stuff. It is thanks very much to you guys and the patron backers just supporting what we do. So thank you very much. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for enjoying our work. Thank you for watching the streams. And I guess that's it for this one.
Hey. Almost. Actually, they made a joke about Easter. I missed what they were talking about. Easter is Sunday. I don't think we're gonna be streaming. I think we got a lot going on. We gotta do work.
Yeah, probably. But anyways, we'll be
Yeah.
back like usual on Monday. So you guys be good. Have a nice weekend. Have a good Easter. Happy Easter. And we'll see you on Monday. Stream ends in 5, 4, 3,